Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I've done a video outside. Um, Today I wanted to talk about Robert Kiyosaki. I'm actually reading his Cash Flow Quadrant book at this time, and I do find it very enjoyable the way that he tells stories and kind of, sets the tone for his readings. But one book that everybody knows very, very well is Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And, a lot of investors attribute a lot of their success to Rich Dad Poor Dad, the book, and they state how it has changed their life. Don't mind my furniture without the cushions on them. I am getting those cleaned and ready for 4th of July, So we're gonna have a big party here, and I can't wait for that. But basically, Robert talks about in the Cash Flow Quadrant how you could be an employee, an investor, self-employed, or a business operator, right? And he talks about which quadrant would you want to be in, where do you want to spend most of your time, and how people get stuck in a certain world, whether you can manage risk or not manage risk, whether you are scared to lose money and so you don't spend any money whatsoever, or if you're just a gambler, you don't really put your time and efforts and focus it onto something that will truly give you a great investment and reward. He talks about Warren Buffett and how Warren Buffett states that it's better to focus your efforts into something to produce the most value versus someone who diversifies due to not really understanding what they're invested in, and actually it being more risky to diversify than to be a focused investor. Now, for me, I can see how that is true. For example, those who invested in Amazon, Facebook, Apple, and were more consistent in those companies obviously came out on top, obviously had way more profits than if they had diversified into so-and-so company. Same thing with Tesla. If you had focused your efforts into Tesla, you would have more than 5x your money since 2020, right? So it's all about perspective. However, the way I also see it is with diversification, you're allowing yourself to gain in different areas. And truthfully, it is not as quick, but it is a quick process. For example, I invested in 3 mutual funds. I invested in 3 ETFs with my 401k and Roth IRA. And over the course of 2 years, I yielded 27%. But I diversified into my individual stock portfolio, and I yielded 28%. That's 3 ETFs versus about 32 different stocks in my portfolio. And with the 32 different stocks, I only yielded 1% more return. A lot of that is probably attributed to me holding a lot of Tesla shares and a lot of Apple shares as well. The S&P 500, the vast majority of what holds it up and what makes it profitable is about 5 companies: Apple, Tesla, Amazon, Google, Netflix, Facebook, and it's been the same companies forever. If I decided to just invest in those 5, I probably have more profits than the 32 companies that I invested in. But again, I believe in certain businesses, and thus I invest in it. So I completely understand the focused effort. But now that I've invested in 32 companies, that about 28 to 29% of them pay a dividend every 3 months. I'm getting dividends every single month. It allows me to reinvest that into other companies, and I can't see myself waiting 3 months to get, I don't know, $120 in dividends when I can get $45 every month in dividends and continue to reinvest every single month? I mean, just that additional month of having that $45 gaining more compound interest on top of compound interest has allowed for that 1% additional return. Not to say that I wouldn't have made more had I just invested in the 5 companies that I listed earlier, but I do see the benefit of having consistent cash flow, especially when in retirement and you need to live off dividends rather than pulling from your full total investment. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below. If you want to be a more focused investor and only invest in certain companies, or if you want to be a more diversified investor and move away from the Robert Kiyosaki and Warren Buffett teachings when it comes to stocks. And I also looked at something on M1 Finance today that talked about the tax implications of being a dividend investor, which I will cover in a later video if you want it. Let me know in the comment section down below if you want me to talk about more tax strategies and tax implications. If you like that type of stuff, please let me know, and I'll be more than happy to cover it. I post every single day at 8 a.m. daily on YouTube and Rumble, and I can't wait to see you on the next one. Peace.